to the lack of education at home. We live with and take care of my husband's 95-year-old grandpa, and a week ago he fell and had to get stitches. Actually in this room. But today is day number 3 of dressing changes, so I gotta do that. And on top of that, I noticed this morning that his bathroom light is on, which means that he got up in the middle of the night, so I need to figure out what happened there. Oh, he's awake. Let me go get him. Good morning. Why's your bathroom light on? Leaked? Let me get a new catheter. I need to call his daughter. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Today is just not the day. Not the day. I'm gonna rant for a minute about my experience with the American healthcare system living with grandpa. I'm a nurse. I've worked in step-down ICU, trauma center, and I've worked in a nursing home, okay? I've never worked home health. And technically I'm not really working home health. I'm just living with and taking care of my husband's grandpa. This whole experience opened my eyes to the lack of education at home for healthcare. And it makes me realize why there's so many patients in the hospital, going to the ER, calling ambulance. So let me give a synopsis of this whole situation, okay? Grandpa fell, boogered his whole entire arm up. He went to the ER. I didn't call an ambulance because I didn't feel like I needed to utilize an ambulance, you know? So we drove him to the ER. He sat in the ER for 3 hours while his arm was just bleeding through, massive gauge. Finally gets in and they do the stitches and everything, and they send him home with this nice general packet and an order for Bactrim cream. They tell us to change it in 24 hours, and that's it. That's it. So now I have no supplies to change this wound. So I got to Kroger and I just buy general supplies. How would they expect an older person to come home with no supplies? They have to go out, pick out all these supplies for it, come home and change their dressing. Like, really, we expect an older person to do that? No, what would happen is they would come home, they wouldn't change dressing, it would end up getting infected, they would end up going to the ER, they'd be there for days, and they probably would end up in a nursing home because they're confused and have infections. Like, the whole thing is just so frustrating because I just feel like they should have sent home health home with him. They should have sent better directions. I got this little printout that's like a Wikipedia general wound care directions. Obviously, it's nothing specific to what he has. I feel like they're setting you up for failure when you go home every single time. So here we are about a week later, and I've been changing the wound, obviously. Fortunately, he lives with a nurse, so I can do it. I'm using crappy supplies, and the little Bactrim ointment they sent for him, it's useless because his wound is gushing so bad that I can't even get Bactrim on before it's already bled out and taken the Bactrim down his arm. Okay, I need to stop ranting. I just feel like they set you up for failure at home. And now his hand is swollen. I need to call the doctor, and I can already tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna call the doctor, leave a voicemail. I'm gonna call in 3 hours. They're gonna tell me to go to med check. I'm gonna go to med check, and they're gonna tell me to go to the ER. And then we're gonna spend 3 hours sitting in the ER waiting room. That's what my days will look like today. Anyways, I made coffee cake. Pretty good. Let me call the doctor's office.
You have that phone number, honey? And we will return your call as soon as possible.
Left a voicemail. Also, if you're wondering why his bathroom light was on this morning, it's because